Today's topic asynchronous serial transmission. In this transmission means data is transferred either serial or parallel. In parallel data transfer, n bit of message must be transferred through an separate path. In serial transmission, message means messages are sent in sequence at a time. Parallel transmission is faster but required many wires. It is used for short distance where speed is very important, and in serial transmission is slower but less expensive. In asynchronous serial transfer, each bit of message is sent a sequence at a time. Binary information is transferred only when it is available. Then when there is no information to transfer, line remains idle. The one message will be sent by or message format are divided into three parts. First is start bit, second is character bit, and last one is stop bit. Start bit is shows always 0 and it is indicate starting of the character, and stop bit is always shows by 1, means the character is end, and character bit are represent between starting bit or stop bit. Here this is diagram of character bit. Starting bit is shows 0 and stop bits are indicated 1. Between starting bit and stop bit, the character bit are represented. Serial transmissions of asynchronous is represent two-way asynchronous communication interference and first in first out buffer. Asynchronous communication interference is work both receiver and transmitter. Its operation is initialized by CPU by sending a byte to the control register. The transmitter register accepts a data byte from CPU through the data bus and transfer to a shift register for serial transmissions. The receive operation receive information into another shift register, and when a complete data byte is received, it is transferred to receive register. CPU can select the receive register to read the byte through data bus. Data in the status register is used for input-output flag. Second method is first in first out techniques. In this techniques, the memory unit that stores the information in such a way that first item is in the item first out. First in first out buffer come with separate input and output terminal. Here the important features of this buffer is that input data and output data are two different rates. When placed between two units, the first in first out can accept the data from the source unit at one rate and rate of transfer and deliver the data to destination unit at another rate. If source is faster than destination, the first in first out is useful for source data arrive in burst and fill out the buffer first in first out is useful in the some application when data are transferred or synchronized. Mode of data transfer. Transfer of data is required between CPU and peripherals or memory, or sometimes between any two devices or unit of our computer system. Transfer of data from one unit to another one should show that both units have proper connections, and at the time of data transfer the, the receive unit is not busy. The data transfer with the computer is internal operations. All the internal operations in digital systems are synchronized by clock plus supply by common clock plus generator. The data transfer can be synchronized or asynchronous. When both the transmitting and receiving unit use some clock plus, then such a data transfer is called synchronous process. On the other hand, if there is not concept of clock plus and the sender operations at a different moment, then the receiver, such a data transfer is called a synchronous data transfer. The data transfer can handled by various modes. Some of modes used CPU has an intermediate power. Other transfer the direct to or from memory unit. Then this can be handled by three following way. Program. First one is program input output. Second one is interrupt initialize input output, and third is direct memory access, means DMA. This detail are shown in next video lecture.